Welcome back to Near Post Podcast and welcome to our new series, Over Under. We're going to be looking at players and teams and judging whether we think they're underrated or overrated. As you've seen by the intro on today's show, Wilfred Zaha. Let's start off with you, Dermot. Wilfred Zaha, what you make?
He's the ultimate YouTube player, isn't he?
Yeah.
When you see a little TikTok, a little Insta video with Zaha, it's just pure flair, pure quality. Like he rarely scores an average goal, that sort of way. Whenever he scores a goal, he does a bit of skill, a few step overs, whips one in. Man's rapid, can dribble. Not a bad shooter now. He's improved that. He's got a decent pass. One of the most foul players in the Premier League. Him and Grealish are up there.
Yeah.
I think he's a quality player.
I love watching him play. The way he just wriggles by players, like you see the jersey, Wilfred Zaha on the back. I respect him. I love him. He's the definition of a 5-star skiller.
Yeah.
A streets player. I remember seeing a YouTube clip of him, a video of him where he grew up, and there's this little park down the road, and it's a proper just 5-a-side pitch, little Astro, and he's just saying he was in the Crystal Palace Academy and used to sneak out to go play and do skill games with the boys and all that. So
you gotta rate that.
An absolute legend. I think disrespected heavily.
Yeah, you gotta rate that. I know he hasn't got the big move that he probably wants, but you have to rate his loyalty to Palace. I know he's on the big bucks there, but their highest ever played player. But like, if it's not for Wilfred Zaha, their championship club, I don't care what you say, they would have got relegated one of the years without him. It's not even the goals and assists. It's the Zaha effect. He might be triple marked, might give the other boys a bit of space, but Townsend a bit of space to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whenever an opposition manager, it's all about Zaha. That sort of way.
I think you might agree with this, right? But anytime I see Crystal Palace, I never really count them as kind of relegation contenders because I'm always like, no, Wilf will keep them up.
Sure, that's what everyone's. It's the Zaha effect. Like he's such a tidy ball.
Even if he's not that prolific, right? He leaves the space for other players that probably aren't the best to be prolific because he's being double, triple marked. And then maybe an IU can slip in a Benteke, Townsend, whatever. And they always just manage to stay up. And I think that's all through Zaha. And the club know it and the fans know it. But for some reason, the rest of the world doesn't always quite, seeing that.
For sure. I think he's madly disrespected as well. You watch a game, realistically, would you watch a Crystal Palace game if you didn't play for them? You might not watch, but you know what I mean? You turn the game on just to see what Zaha produce that bit of class, that moment of magic, you know what I mean? And yeah, he's one of my favorite players in the Prem outside Liverpool. Just a top player, I think. And
I think there's always just going to be that shadow over him, which is like, you remember with England, but never
never picked him, which was a disgrace. That sort of way. He's
2 caps, I think, for them.
Yeah, and then you'd listen to mainstream media wouldn't rate him because he's not scoring loads of goals. His goal record isn't the worst. Like someone like Souness would be like, don't rate him. You know what I mean? He tries too much. That's what you want to see. That's why we watch the game at the end of the day.
Pundits, like you watch the game with your eyes.
Exactly. You watch the game with your eyes and you see what he's like. He's an absolute class act, and for me, one of the most disrespected players in the Premier League, for sure.
Yeah, like even I think for me this is the worst one. When Arsenal were going in to buy him, and then they picked Pepe over him. Pepe, I know he's younger, whatever. He was playing off in Liga.
Probably have better stats for goals and stuff. Yeah. But who gives a rat's? Like Zaha's doing it in a tough league.
Yeah, playing in Liga, and when he comes over to Premier League, it's going to take him a while to adjust, which it has. He doesn't have the physicality. Like Zaha's a skinny but slim build, but he's an absolute
very well built. I think it's underrated how good of an athlete is. Man, he's just quick, agile, strong. You know what I mean? He's just in some nick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he's so fit, like he's strong. Like the Premier League's physically demanding, especially if you're the likes of a Zaha or being double, triple marked.
Man's getting hacked the whole time as well.
Yeah, it's disgrace. So what's your final verdict on him?
Final verdict, Wilf Zaha is underrated.
Underrated by a mile.
Big up Wilfred Zaha. Yeah, guys, this new video we're doing, over under, just drop in the comments what player, what manager, what team gets overhyped, underhyped in your opinion. overrated, underrated. Yeah. So let us know for next vid. This will be a every Wednesday thing, just a short little vid. And yeah, episode over under.
Go follow the Instagram and Twitter and stay posted. And peace out.